Welcome to the show, Gulf to Globe. I'm ILYAS. French President Macron and his government is bringing a new anti-separatism bill in France, which, if passed, will allow the government to close the mosque for 2 months and push the hijab ban from the public sector to the private sector and stop the Islamic homeschooling. Why is France bringing all these bills? Where is France heading with this? Let's find out. Joining me today is an expert on geopolitics and Islamic law, Mr. ILYAS Sharafuddin. He's an IT consultant by profession, a Da'i of Islam from India. He attended various TV debates on different issues on multiple news channels and delivers sermons in masajids. Mr. Sharafuddin, French President Macron and his government is trying to bring an anti-separatism bill in France, which will allow the government to close the mosque for 2 months, push the hijab ban from the public sector to the private sector, and stop Islamic homeschooling. Where is France heading with this, and what is your take on this?
I strongly feel that French president and the French cabinet and the French ruling party have a strong Islamophobia attitude. They are having a strong Islamophobia, and I feel that due to that they are forced to take these actions. Actually, whenever Islam comes, the French president already knows that, and many of his cabinet colleagues might have known it. And so do the Western governments and the Western people, and throughout the globe it's quite well known that if Islam comes, then obviously there will be no prostitution, no alcoholism, no gambling, no rapes, no murders, no poverty, no hunger, no interest-based economy, no injustices, no inequality. And Islamic law will bring peace, prosperity, success, security and equality on the basis of righteous deeds and not on the basis of racism, race or color or wealth, etc. And the capitalist mindset of the Western governments is completely against it nowadays. Not only the Western government, even the eastern side, the China and others, because many capitalists strongly feels that their balance sheet should not get affected if they are producing alcohol, tobacco, if they are running prostitution dens, discos, if they are running interest-based banks and so on. So they won't want that their balance sheet should get affected due to the Islamic law. And if the people are dying due to the un-Islamic attitude and the laws of various governments in the West, especially in the France, let the people die, but the earnings should not get affected. The money in the balance sheet should remain the same or grow, should not come down. And that is Islamic phobic attitude the French government is having. And because of that, it is taking under the influence of various capitalist people and their mindset and ideology these steps, which are, I think, that hazardous. It is totally hazardous, totally dangerous for the French people, French citizens, because ultimately all these rules and regulations which the French government is having, which are anti-Islamic and which are destroying the life of millions and millions of French citizens and global citizens worldwide, is going to be disastrous for them. I strongly feel that French government should have a rethink on all these decisions and should come closer to Islam, closer to Quran and the Hadith, read the commands of only Creator God Allah, recognize our Creator Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, worship Him alone, obey His final messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and understand the ethics and ethos and the necessity of Islamic rules and regulations and its positive and alhamdulillah progressive impact on the French citizens, which assures peace, prosperity, success, security, equality, justice for one and all. Because if you remove the interest-based banking, then zakat system will come, Islamic banking will come, which is again beneficial for one and all, not only to some capitalists but to one and all. Likewise, if you prohibit alcohol, gambling, if you prohibit prostitution, millions and millions of lives could be saved. And at the same time, if tobacco is being prohibited, again millions of lives could be saved. And likewise, death to rapists, death to murderers will save lives of millions of French citizens. So these laws of Islam are nothing but protective for the French citizens in every aspect in this life and hereafter. So for the betterment of the French citizens, at least French government should have a rethink on this. I strongly feel that the French president should study, and his cabinet and French citizens should study the history. Anyone tried to supersede or suppress Islam, they paid a heavy price in the history. Just as the Roman Empire, the Persian Empire, the Russian Empire, they were great empires of their times, but when they tried to intersect Islam, Islamic law, the commands of only God Allah and His messengers, then they paid a very, very heavy price. Just as the pharaohs, they ruled for millennials. So do the Roman and Persian Empire, but when they tried to intersect Islam, they paid a very heavy price. They became history. So French government, French ruling party and the people should learn from this and try to accept it. I would like to recommend the French government, French ruling party, president should learn from Saudi Arabia how the life, modesty and wealth is being preserved over there, how they are being protected over there, and how the things are running in a very positive direction due to the absence of all the haram things, the prostitution, drugs, alcohol, tobacco, interest-based banking, how the life savings are quite high in Saudi Arabia and how things are very, very positive even in the era of pandemic, how things are very good over there. So I strongly feel that French government should learn from Saudi Arabia. And I would like to say that any government, when they face the problems internally due to their mismanagement, misgovernance, they attack Islam. Modi government in our nation do the same, French government is doing the same, American government also do the same. Just to divert the attention of people from the misdeeds and the misrulings and the misgovernance and the disastrous effect of their policies in their nations, they attack Islam to misguide the people, nothing else. And the French government is having tensions with UK and so on, and you see how the things are going on.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Sharafuddin. We will keep you all updated about the latest developments from Gulf to Globe.